Session is brought to you by Tricia, Samara, Constantine, and Adolphe. We did a presentation on the Quebec bridge collapse 1907. So here are the key facts of the case. Edward who was the primary chief engineer for Quebec Bridge and Railway Company, but he never worked on the cantilever bridge structure longer than 300 feet. Collingwood Schreiber was the chief engineer of railways and canals in Ottawa, who was assisted by Department Bridge engineer R.C. Douglas. Douglas was deposed for opposing calculations submitted by contractors. Furthermore, Schreiber also requested for support for another qualified bridge engineer, but was overruled by the cabinet. He was then demoted and replaced by QBRC consulting engineer Theodore Cooper. Norman McClure noticed increasing distortions of key structure members, and this immediately concerned him. He wrote repeatedly to Theodore Cooper, but Cooper said that these problems were minor. Furthermore, Phoenix Bridge Company officials said that the beams were already bent before they were installed anyways. Once Cooper finally agreed that these issues were serious and prompted a telegraph to Phoenix Bridge Company to add no more load to the bridge till after due consideration of facts, it was too late, and the message did not arrive on time. On August 29, 1907, the bridge collapsed in St. Lawrence River. Of the 86 workers on the bridge, 75 were killed and the rest were injured. So the next is the EGAT analysis of ethical issues. So the first ethical issues, the violation of this case is the 72.2A, the issue of negligency. Cooper continuously neglected issues that were associated with the case. After concerns pointed out by engineers McClure, but were perhaps hastily looked over by QBRC engineer Theodore Cooper, who considered the issue minor. The second ethical issue is the violation of the 72.2C. This issue is a professional misconduct because Cooper failed to report this situation, which was considered a danger to the society or the public. Cooper examined their drawings from the Phoenix Bridge Company, and the weight of their manufacture still exceeded their estimated weight. At the time, the anchor arms were already in place, so he forged and did not change it. So they continued the construction by increasing the stresses, which is not safe. The third ethical issue is the third violation is the 77.8. Collingwood Schreiber was assisted by a Department Bridge engineer R.C. Douglas, who was removed from the office for contending with their calculations that was incorrect.
So an alternative solution for the first issue would have been Theodore Cooper should have investigated the issue further, which could have led to a different opinion of his on that matter and have dealt with the situation at an earlier stage. For the second issue, Cooper should have made changes that coincided with the drawings of the Phoenix Bridge Company, even if it meant abandoning the anchor arms that were already in place. For the third one, the company should have not deposed Douglas. Instead, they should have considered the calculation errors made by the contractors and made the correct changes. For the analysis part, for the first issue, it opposed Section 72.2A in that Cooper continuously neglected issues that were associated with the case. For the second one, it violates 72.27 in that Cooper failed to report the situation which endangered the safety of the public. The third one upholds 77.8. Douglas maintains his integrity without fear about the unethical conduct of using incorrect calculation. So the decision would be the right path to approach would be Cooper to investigate the issue further and deal with it during the earlier stages of the construction. We should have made the changes that coincided with the drawings from the Phoenix Bridge Company. The Quebec Bridge Company should have considered the calculation errors made by the contractors noticed by Douglas and made the correct changes.
So the legal issues in this tort law case, the Quebec Bridge collapse is a specific case for tort law in which the plaintiff was wrong and is owed a duty of care due to suffered losses and harm. All in all, this should result in a legal liability for the parties committing the tortious act. The plaintiff in this case would be the people and family affected by the bridge collapse, and defendants would be QBRC consulting engineer Theodore Cooper and Phoenix Bridge Company chief designing engineer Peter Zlapa. The legal precedents connected to this would be Don Hewer Stevenson, where the manufacturer owes a duty of care even to the people that they did not have a contractual relationship with. And the proof that legal test for tort law are met is, first of all, that both QBRC and Phoenix Bridge Company owes the plaintiff a duty of care. Both Phoenix Bridge Company and QBRC failed to provide that duty of care in a predictable manner. And this resulted to 75 out of 86 workers on the bridge to be killed and the rest to be severely injured. The next step is to determine who is responsible for compensating for the damages. In this case, it's the QBRC and Phoenix Bridge Company would be considered as the liable concurrent tortfeasors because more than one party is liable for the damages caused by this tort action. Considering the damages in this case that the bridge collapse never occurred, the plaintiff would have been able to avoid injuries and losses. With that being said, the plaintiff will still want to claim for direct damages. These damages include aggravated and general damages for non-monetary losses, such as the pain and suffering that they had to endure from the result of negligence and professional misconduct of those liable. All in all, the judge would most likely rule in the plaintiff's favor since the case passed the legal test. All in all, Hooper failed to recognize that the issues brought up were major, which goes, and the same goes to Phoenix Bridge Company, who also claimed that the beams were already bent before they were installed in the bridge. Both defendants arguing that the injuries are not foreseeable will be invalid. Thank you.